Hello everybody, we do not have a regular type of video today. Of course, we are doing our 1,000 subscriber Q&A. This also counts as the 700, 800, 900, and 1,000 subscriber Q&A because we have grown so rapidly and there's not been a lot of questions. So first and foremost, I want to thank all you guys. This is going to be more of a personal, heart-to-heart kind of video. When I reached my goal of getting monetized, that was the initial goal that I set out, at the beginning of this year, and when I really started the channel, because monetization opens up a huge, pathway and gateway to a lot of big things on this channel. And obviously, you guys know I do it for the money. I'm joking. But in all seriousness, when I hit that requirement, I'll do all that stuff. That's when I'm going to make the huge thank you video. And I'm going to individually go, one by one, thank everybody. Just kind of go over my journey. It might be a tearjerker, I'll be honest, guys. If you want to see if I'm going to cry in that video, the only way you're going to see is if you hit that subscribe button right now. Also, what's more important, I think, than hitting that subscribe button is if you want to join the Discord link in the description, have a bunch of heart-to-heart personal conversations with me, other like-minded investors, shoot the breeze, join that. It is so fun on there. With all out of the way, thank you. Of course, portfolio update coming this Saturday. It's a good one. You're not going to want to miss it. And of course, roll the 1,000 subscriber intro.
Imagine shooting a man with your last bullet, and he stands there, unfazed.
Many months later.
Money, I go. Money, I go. I feel so alive. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-chingery. Money, oh money, how I love thee. Cha-ching, cha-chong, cha-changaroo. From pennies to dollars, any amount will do. Cha-ching, cha-ching, it's no contest. There's only one thing that I love the best. Hello, I like money.
Alright, the first question is doozy, and it's from ex-Dividend Dad, and he asked me, how do you feel about investing into OnlyFans? Well, I had to think a few minutes about this one. I actually did some research on some companies that would be considered in that industry, the corn industry, and there's nothing that I could really find that's publicly traded. With that said, though, I would probably not invest. Morally, I don't think it's the greatest thing. With that said, it definitely is an industry where it's a reoccurring customer base, if you know what I mean. But I think there's way too many ways that people can get that content for free. I would probably not actually invest in it, even if I didn't have the moral obligation. Very interesting question, though. I would also know what other kind of ways would you get rewarded as a shareholder besides buybacks and dividends. So I probably wouldn't invest in OnlyFans. Thank you for the question. Next, we have a good question from everybody's favorite SCHD Bull, Joe Rod, and Activision Blizzard winner. He asked, any update on the Jeremy fight? Now, if I'm being completely honest, when I made the Jeremy Cult video, I didn't particularly expect to actually box him. With that said, though, in my future, I definitely can see myself boxing or doing some sort of MMA event. Whether it be creator-based or not, I will definitely do it. With the new promotions like Misfits, Happy Punch, all that for creator boxing, I am getting really excited about it personally. I could find it something great to do in my future. As for the Jeremy fight, we already know he's scared. He's too busy making videos about Foot Locker and, stalking women in Target. But I am definitely interested in doing one of those creator fighting events if I ever get big enough. And hey, maybe one day I'll be fighting Jake Paul. You never know. Alright, next we have a question from everybody's favorite youngling in the Discord, Mager Speed. He asks, how do you go about making your money at 17? A lot of people know this already, but I do landscaping. That's how I get majority of my income in the summer. I also do portfolio management for a few family members. That's nothing huge, and hopefully ad revenue soon will be pretty much the main source of income in the winter. As for like my spatial, I guess, what I'm trying to do right now, I'm trying to store up a little cash for the winter. I found there's been a lot of dips that I've missed out on because I straight up don't have enough cash. So I get a majority of my income through landscaping. The reason I don't have a part-time job, one, I enjoy making these videos enough, and this has been kind of a project that I've been working on for a while, so this summer at least was kind of like the last hooray for the channel, trying to see if we could actually get like profitable, I guess. And then I also like work out a lot and train martial arts, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, all that. So it just wouldn't be, if I were to do a part-time job, it wouldn't be enough bang for my buck. I'd only be making like less than 100 a week and putting in not a lot of hours, so it wouldn't make sense. I also have very low discretionary needs or whatever, and I don't go out a whole lot, so I don't really need the money, so everything that I get, I invest right now. Alright, next we have a plethora of questions from everybody's favorite dog, M-Dog. He asks, how old are you? I'm 17 and old enough. When did you start investing? I started investing right before the pandemic hit in early March of 2020, so like maybe February, 27th, 28th, really late if anything. The end goal, he asked what's my end goal, and the end goal is to do everything that I said I'd do when I started, which is grow an amazing community, be very engaged with my followers, do this as a living with a lot of other things that I really enjoy and love. Knock out Jeremy or Jake Paul live on pay-per-view. Do you have a job? If so, was it? I already kind of answered that. Landscaping, I guess, my own little private business, self-founded. Have you ever been to Ireland? No, I have not, but I would like to go. And do you have a checklist for stocks that you analyze? It's a great mention because I just made a video on that. Link is in the description or in the top right corner right now. I go over the qualitative and quantitative things that I look for when really buying a business, financials, all that stuff. A few of the things I really look for are just free cash flow, brand value, pricing power, and a growing dividend, and buybacks when appropriate. And lastly, M-Dog asks, what's your favorite stock? Now, I could just easily say Microsoft here, which would be pretty unfair. So I'll go with Starbucks for it. Starbucks actually just reported really good earnings today. I would definitely say Starbucks is my favorite stock. I was buying it in the 70s and 80s when everybody thought the unions would kill the company. Look where I am now. Joe Rod asks, when you get more subs and have your channel grow, will you remember your early fans? The answer to that is obviously no. I'm going to ditch all you guys when I hit 50K. I'm going to move to Hollywood and join a really weird cult and start wearing weird clothes and be really odd. But of course I remember my early fans. You'll see in the videos that I make when we get monetized or become profitable, in my words. You're going to see. When I get very successful, no, I plan on rewarding everybody that believed in me from the start drastically. Don't get too excited right now, though it's too late. But of course I will remember my early fans. Stop it, Joe Rod. Except you, Resi. Alright, next we have a question from Josh. He asks, which stock bear are you most proud of this far, and what's the total percent of the gain said stock? Now, again, I could easily say Microsoft here, and I will. I bought Microsoft at the lows. I knew the type of quality company it was, and I'm currently up 30%, 36% on my Microsoft position. Obviously, that's an easy one to say. I'll give another honorary mention. I say Starbucks, too. That was another company that I was buying during the lows. There's nothing more rewarding as an investor, guys, than getting rewarded for, buying a company when nobody else believed in it and having it go up. I think a company that could potentially make this list, if you ask me this question in 10 years, 5 years, I could definitely say Target or Kroger. Alright, now we have a question from Uncle Cody, Citizen of the Year, and he asks, what can young people do to be like you? And, I'd say embrace the lifestyle. You need to make it a lifestyle. You can't have it be, if you're really serious about it, you can't have this be something that you're doing on the side for fun. But at the same time, if you don't want to do that, I understand you have other stuff going on. I would say just stay simple. Buy high quality companies that you've recognized. Try to be active in a community of sorts, like our Discord, link in the description. I would say definitely my personality. I'm way more introverted. I'm not like antisocial or whatever, but you don't see me out at the clubs every weekend yet. So I mean, my expenses aren't very high. I don't go out and do stupid stuff or whatever. So just say, live a smart lifestyle, take advantage of your parents in the most respectful way. I mean that, stay at home, whatever, and just be smart. I also think, like, visualization has been something that I've been doing for a while now, and that's really helped. It gets me more motivated, whatever, and just don't quit. We got another question from M-Dog. He asks, what's my favorite stock is, and I would definitely say Starbucks. And lastly, we got a couple questions from Joe Johnson. He asks a few questions, the first one being, where do you see Target trading for the next year? I would say for Target, I envision it trading pretty much flat, maybe goes up a little bit. I don't see any crazy more spikes or dips again. I'd expect Target to pretty much trade flat. It's a stock that's obviously going to do better during the bull markets, and it's a cyclical business, so I wouldn't expect anything crazy. I'd say it trades to the 130s, 140s, maybe even 150s again. He asks, what are your plans to branch out and expand your channel past monetization? Now, this is a really good question because I'm not completely sure yet. It's weird because I remember a video from PK Investing, and he was like, it's weird because you don't know what to do after you hit monetization, which I don't think is something that's very good. It's always like monetization was the end goal. Which is true for me. We've been a very small channel for a while now, and it's kind of crazy that we're already, we're at the point of monetization pretty much already. I definitely want to keep growing the channel past monetization. I think the Discord might be one area where I really prioritize time, energy, and maybe even money. We'll see. I'm definitely not going to make some investing software and, gouge you guys for money. That's something I said when I started this channel. I'm never going to gouge my viewers for money because I saw other channels doing it. You know, I'm not going to have you be paying $10 or $20 for a membership on Patreon. I think that's stupid. I just want, you know, ad revenue. That's the big thing, I think. And, you know, maybe find other ways that I could possibly give a lot of value back to viewers of the channel without gouging them for money. But it would have to be something that really, you know, I believe in. But, you know, I never want to be satisfied, so I'm going to just say I want to continue growing the community, definitely on Discord. Make sure that it's a very viewer-based, engaged audience. I love reading comments. I've responded to every comment in this channel's history that isn't a spam or like a hate comment. Even with the hate comments, I respond sometimes. Obviously, I want to grow my subscriber base too. I think the way I view subscribers, it might be different, but I view it as a way better range to get more variety of people clicking on your videos and really expand to a broader community and people. And lastly, he asks, how close are you to monetization, and how has it been seeing such fast traction to the channel? With monetization, we already obviously hit the 1K mark, and I would say that we're around 3,000 watch hours. The YouTube thing doesn't really update, so it would take a few days, obviously, to fully update. But I'm pretty confident we can hit the watch hours by the end of summer, or in like the next few weeks. As long as I keep out putting quality stuff out and, you know, working on thumbnails. I've been working on the consistency of the thumbnails, which has been huge for me. So to answer that question, we are very close to monetization. The only way it's going to be possible is because of you guys, obviously, and all the love and support that I've seen the last few weeks, which brings out to the second part of the question. How's it been seeing such fast traction on the channel? It's unbelievable. Because maybe last summer, and earlier in my journey, I really manifested this. I really visualized seeing all this happen. I visualized seeing 1K, 10K, 50K, etc. And it's just crazy to see it come to, you know, fruition. If you would have told me that this would be happening when I started, I'd be very, very happy. And I've actually had some people ask me, are you surprised you hit 1K so fast? I'm like, no, absolutely not. I knew I was going to hit 1K. And that's how I think it needs to be if you really want to be successful. You don't think you're going to hit it. You know you're going to hit it. I knew I was going to hit 1K. I know I'm going to hit 10K. I know I'm going to hit 100K as long as I keep going. And that's been the big thing when I started, just not quitting. It's the one thing I said to myself when I started this channel, because I ran channels in the past. I'm not quitting on this channel. And yeah, it's going pretty good so far. So let's just keep growing and churning out. Thank you all for the questions. This type of video would not be literally possible without you guys. If you want to submit a question for the next one, join the Discord link in the description. Post your comment there. You know what's crazy, guys? We're doing it. We're really doing it, and wouldn't be possible without you guys. Obviously, it's been very rewarding last month. With that said, thank you for making the end of the video. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Smash the like button. Share the video. Share the channel. Share the Discord. Whatever. Thank you, and of course, do dividend stocks, not drugs. Have a good one.